very quick disclaimer, that's not me in any of those clips. Hey all, welcome to my channel. My name is Eamon and I'm hoping to start a little vlog about my triathlon journey. A couple of reasons behind it. Firstly, it's actually for my own benefit, maybe just something to look back on in years to come. But also what I found is that when you're looking for advice on triathlons, a lot of the websites and YouTube channels are either very much one way in relation to beginners, and then you got the other side, which is the pros. I'll never be a pro. I just physically not capable. So I think there's a little middle ground there where when I've been looking for information, sometimes I found it a little bit hard to come by. So what I'm hoping to do is maybe just give you a little background on my story, on how I got into triathlons and what I've done so far, and what I'm hoping to do in the next 6 months in particular, where this blog will probably end. So the long and the short of it is that come 2020, I was already a little bit pudgy, a little bit overweight, and the lockdowns did not help my cause much. Those occasional trips to the gym were no longer allowed. We had restrictions on how far we could leave our house. So really, there was nothing to do other than drink a lot of beer and eat a lot of food. So towards the end of 2020, I was quite weighty. So I decided to sign up for the Barcelona 2021 half Ironman. So I was coming from a pretty low base. I had run a reasonable bit and I was reasonably confident in my running. I had done a few marathons over the years, not in a long time, but I knew they were doable. My swimming, I was not a nervous swimmer at all, actually. I could swim reasonably well, but only with my head above the water. So efficiency was shocking and pace was very slow. And cycling, never really cycled anywhere outside of on a fixie I have in my house, maybe, cycle to town for a beer or cycle and pick up something in the shop. But in relation to putting on Lycra and so forth, never did it. So yeah, I got my first road bike, and so I kind of started training properly around April of 21. Barcelona Ironman had come along. I had done a reasonable amount of training, but not very scientifically, and probably was ill-equipped for the race, to say the least. The swim was actually cut in half because of really strong winds and high waves, as you can see here on this video. What also happened was the bike, it was quite a strong headwind, and I was just had it in a high gear the whole time, and I wiped myself out in the bike. I should have been in a lower gear. I know that now, but at the time I really didn't know what I was doing. So I got through the bike, and I got on the run, and I was gone. And the running was the one I would have been most confident on, but there was nothing left in the tank. My nutrition was terrible. I got through the race, but it was 7 hours and 1 minute, as you can see here from the timesheet. Not a great time. One of the last over the line, which was fine. Now, I wasn't particularly stressed about time or anything like that. Even in transition, I actually had 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in each transition, which took 2 or 3 minutes to eat. And again, you can probably see that in my transition time, which I think were probably the slowest of anyone in the whole race. And I remember getting some funny looks as I unwrapped my tinfoil sandwich with peanut butter and jelly in it, as I munched on it, as other people ran and got dressed and went in various directions. But so look, I finished the race. It was a good experience. I really enjoyed the atmosphere of the whole thing, just seeing people out and about and families and cheering and so on and so forth. So yeah, look, it was a very enjoyable experience. And I kind of, as I finished it, I realized, look, I didn't do it probably that well. So I made a commitment to myself that I'd sign up for another one. The race I signed up for was Cascais in Portugal. Lovely spot, lovely town, just outside Lisbon. Trained pretty well for this one, and I made a kind of a side bet on myself, I guess, that if I could manage to do it in under 6 hours, that I would sign up for a full Ironman in 2023. So I finished Cascais in 5:48. Delighted with my time. Could have done better. I had a little bit left in the tank, but I guess I just didn't want to the burnout. You know, I'm not that experienced. So yeah, I crossed the line reasonably fresh, and you can see here my time's up. So yeah, look, the times were pretty decent for me from where I come from that base of Barcelona the previous year. In the swim, you can see there that I was very happy with that. One of my fastest recorded swims anyway over that distance. And then yeah, transitions, very happy with them. I think I did quite well. Just in, out, no messing around. Yeah, so then on the bike, reasonably happy with the bike. Once I got on the flat, I was okay. I had a little technical issue with brakes on the hills of my own making. So maybe a little bit of time lost there, but nothing major. And the run, yeah, it was a very hot day actually, unseasonably hot even for Portugal, and quite hilly. So the run was a struggle in the sense of it was not flat. So again, happy with the time, and finished with a little bit to spare, thank God. And I came in, and as I said, 5:48, 5:49. So yeah, I kind of 2 days later signed up for my Ironman as promised, and it was Copenhagen. Okay, so I'm going to stop rambling. I have a run later on today planned. It's part of my Training Peaks program. It's a threshold run. So it's 30 minutes, as fast as pretty much you can. Try to keep that pace for 30 minutes. So I will maybe upload my results on that and have a quick chat about that. I promise that'll be a lot shorter than this video.